What's up guys, Christian here with River Pools. Today I'm going to give you the top 5 problems with fiberglass pools, and I'm going to give you the solutions as well. This is 2 minutes in the pool. Okay, you know the deal. I'm going to set 2 minutes on my clock and try to get to the bottom of this before the little jingle goes off. I've got 5 things to cover. Over 2 minutes, that's about 24 seconds a piece. Let's see if I can do it. Let's go. Okay, problem number 1 with fiberglass pools is that if a repair is needed on the gel coat finish, it could be very difficult to get the colors to match. And that's because some manufacturers choose to apply their finish layer in a multiple layer finish. They apply the color, maybe a secondary color or a shimmer, and then a clear coat finish of sorts. But when it comes time for a repair, if necessary, that can be very difficult to match and give that factory look. The alternative and the solution here is to use a solid surface gel coat finish and to apply the gel coat using Cross-Lynx Composite Technology. So, problem number 1 solved. Problem number 2, spider cracks in the gel coat. Now, spider cracks can occur for a number of different reasons. One, perhaps the gel coat or the finish layer was not applied using best practices, or the pool was not handled with care during installation or not installed properly, and there's undue pressure from the outside of the pool. Any flex beyond the gel coat's capability could cause gel coat cracks to occur. And of course, if it's not applied properly, it's a weak layer in your pool. So the problem is the spider cracks in the gel coat. The solution would be best practices in applying it, such as Cross-Lynx Composite Technology again, and also careful installation and proper installation. Number 3, bulges in the pool wall. Now this can occur for one reason only: if sand is used as a backfill material. So what happens with sand, as I discussed in a previous video, is that once it gets introduced to groundwater, it liquefies. It shifts position, it shifts the shape, and puts undue pressure on the outside of that pool, pushing it inward. Well, but I'll keep going. Once the sand shifts in position, it puts undue pressure on the outside of the pool, pushing it in, creating a bulge. The solution to this is rhino rock construction, which calls for a clean crushed stone backfill material, which does not shift position or move or settle after and when groundwater is introduced. So, bulges in the pool wall eliminated by the use of rhino rock construction. Wait a second, time out. You see, I left 2 things out there in terms of what could cause your pool wall to bulge. Yes, the appropriate backfill material should be used, but if that backfill material is not placed simultaneous to the water filling your pool, and one gets ahead of the other, the water could push a bulge outward, and the backfill material could push a bulge inward. So the 2 need to be put in place at the same rate, at the same height, to hold that wall perfectly in place. The other thing that could cause a pool wall to bulge is if it's not appropriately constructed, meaning it needs to be thick enough, and it should be no less than 3/8 of an inch thick. So ask your manufacturer what the specs are for manufacturing their pools. Now, back to the regular program. Problem number 4, fading or discoloration in the gel coat finish. So here's the deal. You picked out a beautiful blue pool, and you want to keep that same color throughout the life of that pool, and as long as you own the home. Fading and discoloration can happen for a couple different reasons. First of all, during the manufacturing process, if best practices are not used and the highest grade materials are not used, that gel coat finish could break down prematurely. The second reason that could cause fading and discoloration is a lack of proper care and maintenance of your fiberglass pool. Now, fiberglass pools are very easy to maintain and don't require a whole lot of work, but if the minimum effort is not put in, then fading and discoloration could occur. So, choose a high quality manufacturer using best practices again, such as Cross-Lynx Composite Technology, and also be sure to perform your weekly maintenance on the pool and maintain your chemicals. Problem number 5, plumbing settling and leaks. And why does this happen? Well, this happens because the backfill material settles and when the backfill material settles, it drags the plumbing with it. Now that pressure on the plumbing will create a stress at the inlet or the return of your pool, creating a leak at that very point in the plumbing system. So, is all of the backfill material going to settle? It will if it's sand, which is why you should insist on your pool being installed with Rhino Rock construction, which again uses clean crushed stone as the backfill material, supports your plumbing system, and does not produce leaks. I'm Christian with River Pools. I didn't make the 2-minute mark this time, but nonetheless, you got your answer. I'll see you in the next episode. Catch the wave.